Without them, it just sounds really boring and dry.
Wow.
That's a normal drum sound, kick, snare and overheads. Then you turn on these.
Wow.
And it's the whole spirit of the thing. Like...
This episode is being supported by Tape It. If you currently use voice notes to record your ideas, you should try Tape It instead. What should we listen to, Pete?
I mean, we should listen to some singing first, because the thing that across the record is just this blend of the four voices. Because as soon as the guys sing together, they each have these really distinctive voices. You put them together and it just makes this absolute machine. And almost all of the vocal recording on the record was done, the four of them together. We had four mics in a square, and they'd just be facing each other, singing at each other.
Usually intoxicated in some way or another.
Sometimes, occasionally.
Would you save the vocals for later in the day, or how?
No, there was no rules. I mean, sometimes it was straight out of breakfast and singing. Sometimes it was middle of the night.
Yeah.
I feel like this was mid-morning or mid-afternoon. It wasn't a late one.
No, I
or
remember.
Was it?
I think.
But let's listen to some vocals. And shall I just play one stack or all of them?
Oh God.
Let's see what happens if we just play just one stack.
That's so ugly.
My shit in the closet. I got some space if you want it.
So that's the four of you,
That's the
all
four.
singing together,
And then
facing each other.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
It's so fun.
more exciting would be a chorus.
You're missing the secret to life. This is the secret to life.
Clearly, we hadn't even figured out the harmonies.
Oh, that's what's so good, though, isn't
Yeah.
it? There's even the melody in the verse. It's
There's people talking to each other in the middle of this.
Yeah, I heard that.
But yeah. Like the guys, particularly particularly Dodie and Gret in their personal projects, harmony is such a considered process.
Attention
and
to detail.
the attention and the theory is absolutely paramount. And this, it was just literally go, sing it again, done. And but the sound of that, those four voices together.
The secret to life.
Is astounding.
Yeah.
And magical. And you couldn't write that. You couldn't be let's, it would, I don't know, it would just take forever and be really
I
joyless.
wouldn't.
But you did.
Even the melody in the verse is it's not.
It's either a minor or a major
It's
seven.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the riff is. But
But some people are singing major and some are singing minor.
Yeah.
No, I'm nothing like them. Perfect.
Sort of in the middle.
Fantastic. Despite them, I get upset when you run your mouth.
That sounds like the minor seven.
You always seem to tell me what to do.
I love that bit.
How would you like it if I held a mirror back at you? This is heroin. It's embarrassing.
God, it's so ugly on its own.
This is the secret to life.
What is wrong with us?
This is the placeholder guitar solo. They were like, we'll do a guitar solo, and then they just did this.
Then we kept it in, right? Wow, it's jamming.
But that's in the mix. Underneath all is actually ripping guitar solo.
Yeah.
And maybe also the seventh member of Fizz is my Roland Space Echo.
Oh my
which
God.
That is so true.
So true.
But
That is
which is
everywhere on
all
that
over the whole record. And seventh member of Fizz. It's actually a chorus echo, RE301.
Well then.
Yes.
This is good information. Should we hear the guitar solo as played by Orla along with
Absolutely.
the vocal version?
Oh, yeah,
God,
let's
yeah,
do
here we
that.
go.
This is the secret to life.
Queen harmonies.
Best bit. Hell yeah. Yeah, that middle bit, the was Gret's idea. When Gret gets an idea in her head and she's like, I don't like. She needs to communicate it like in her own way, and Orla is like, such an amazing guitar player. So Gret was just like yelling the notes at her, and Orla was like, okay. And I'm so glad that she did it because it's such a sick moment.
Gret's got such a sick, weird brain.
Yeah, so wonky.
Yeah, because I don't know, she doesn't have like the language necessarily to like communicate accurately what is in her head, but the ideas are like unbelievable.
Cool.
They're just so inverted and out of the box.
Yeah.
And so like Orla's just stood there with the guitar, just like, let me facilitate your brain, and Gret's just barking orders at her, and it's so good.
So all four of you singing, facing each other, kind of screaming and shouting at each other, really. There's such an over-the-top quality to the record in many ways.
And humour as well, I think. I think especially when the four mics were facing each other, because obviously you can hear each other in the headphones, which is like power. It's amazing. It's like out of body, kind of spiritual, tribal. It feels amazing to do.
Yeah, it really does.
But
recommend. Let's do it right now.
But like the visual of it is also really funny. Like Orla always does this thing, especially in the chorus of Secret to Life, where she gets she's like, Secret to Life, and her mouth's just fully gaped open, and I think we'd all look at each other and be pulling faces, and like I think you can kind of hear the smiling and the laughter, and like all of that stuff. You're not going to make yourself laugh when you're doing a vocal take on your own, on your quiet, introverted artist project. You're just, it's cerebral, isn't it? You're like thinking about it and like, oh, this needs to be in tune. It needs to be emotional. I want the inflection to be this and that. Whereas it's just joy, isn't it?
And the essential thing for me is the guys have done like between 10 and 15 years of preparation to reach this point. They've done all the incredibly hard work, learning their instruments, learning to control their voices, learning to write music and lyrics. They were just so ready to just let go of all of it and be children again, but children with this like insane muscle memory where, it's like, okay, sing a perfect kind of like 4-part ELO Queen harmony, and they don't actually even have to say who's going to sing which interval. It just happens, and just like creating, for me, just creating a vessel for that energy.
Totally. I mean, it seems to me that you have unlocked the secret to life with that approach, because you're all having such fun and you feel the fun. Is there anything else we should hear from that song before we move on?
We should definitely listen to the drum soloed for a minute, because Matt's drumming.
This episode is being supported by Tape It. If you, like so many of our guests, use voice notes to capture your ideas, you are going to love Tape It. It is the iPhone recording app designed specifically for musicians and songwriters. With Tape It, you can record straight from your lock screen, set markers, add notes, and even include photos of settings. Plus, there's Cloud Sync, you can import your old voice notes, and to stay on top of it all, Tape It has great labeling features like automatic instrument detection. And all of the above is free. If you currently use voice notes, switching to Tape It is a no-brainer. But that's not all. Tape It has the option to upgrade to using 2 microphones on your iPhone, along with gentler dynamic compression to give a much more natural sound than any of the usual apps. And we have a special offer of a whole month of this high-quality recording for free. Just head to tape.it/tape notes to try it for yourself and see what a difference it makes.
I mean, this was talking about like just not giving anyone time to think. I was just like, go, play now. And just the first thing he played was almost completely perfect. And he played for like 1 minute, and then I chopped an 8-bar loop out of it. But like choosing the weirdest bits, like it's so easy to make records that are really clean and perfect and perfectly in time and in tune. And I've just been like searching on that quest for like just the weirdest sounds and like the strangest performances that are like right on the edge of what you consider acceptable. And like the timing on this, if you look at the grid, it's like it's not on it at all, but like feel it's so magical. And I'll talk about the sound later. Put some bass in. And that bass sound's terrible. Like it's just like completely like it's broken. But it's amazing.
And who's playing the bass?
Orla, I think.
Oh, really?
No, that's definitely Orla playing the bass.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Pete played a lot of bass on the record, but
But I'm like, I sound too considered. Like
Oh, right.
when I play bass, I'm trying to be Paul
No.
McCartney all the time, and I was just give it to Orla, and she's like, also an amazing musician, but she's got wonderful. Like, just give her anything, and she'll immediately do something brilliant.
Yeah, she's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get slightly nerdy on the drum sound, but there's this brilliant. This is the good bit. This is just a pair of ribbon mics sat on the floor behind the drum kit, being horrendously distorted, and without them, it just sounds really boring and dry.
Wow.
That's a normal drum sound, kick, snare, and overheads. Then you turn on these,
Wow.
and it's the whole spirit of the thing. Like, that's just the floor mic soloed through a pair of secret limiters that no one will know what I'm using.
But
unless
this is tape notes. You need to reveal that.
Yeah.
unless you go on the Middle Farm Studios website. No, it's actually, many people will be familiar with the Sound Toys Devil Lock plugin, but I'm using a pair of Shure M267 PA limiters, which were designed for church halls to stop
Love them.
your
Yeah, big fan.
yeah.
I
And
don't know what that is.
great things. They just make everything sound really overblown and amazing. So,
Great.
oh, my other favourite bit is that's just in there. He just does a terrible fill, falls over. And that's the end of the first chorus, isn't it?
Sick, Phil.
Family, no,
Oh, wow. Yeah, you can
He's
hear
in
it.
there. Yeah.
Ah.
Good old Matt. Genius.
It's great. And one of the great things about it is that the excitement and the joy and the fun that you're having, I feel it really communicates. You when you're listening to it, you really feel like you're there and you're part of the action and
good.
part of the fun.
I'm so glad to
Yeah,
hear that because
yeah.
we couldn't possibly ever know
Yeah.
what it would be like to be on the receiving end. I kind of listened to it and I'm a bit like, oh,
That's
it's
loud.
bit loud.
Yeah. Yeah. Martin has this habit of describing whenever anyone's like, what does Fizz sound like to you? Martin goes, terrible, awful, horrendous. I'm like, Martin, you're in an interview.